I'm here with one of my best homies when it comes to fishing. This is none other than the one and only Rufus. Rufus is right over there. Rufus, can you tell us a little bit about what you have here?
A clean ball, masked Joanna floaty, size 1 hook.
So it looks like Rufus has his first fish on as well. So Rufus is stuck. Let's hope he can get out from there. So it feels like we have a catfish on here. This bite was actually quite a good one to the point where he had to remove the clip. And that generally is a sign of a good fish. Feels like I might be loose. I'm just hoping that the fish that bit is still on. So as the water drains out, it will be the weight of the fish. And you can see that it's a heavy bag.
Ja, Frank! Die groter een, hier is 'n moersiding.
Whoa, that's a big fish! Yeah! Wow! Hi everyone, it's Mayu from Mayu's Catch. I'm sure you don't need to guess where I am. You probably know exactly where I am. If you were guessing Vonbach, you are absolutely right. So I'm at Vonbach once again. Looking at my time, it's just about 10 minutes past 8. We've just arrived and literally the water has come all the way to the top. I don't know if you remember from one of my videos, I actually drove down this ramp and I went all the way to a fishing spot which is all the way in the water. I will try and do like a mashup of videos so you can see how I drove from this point all the way to where I fished once upon a time. And at that point the dam was probably at about 8%. You see just how much the water has come up from where I used to fish, which is now probably even over 100 meters, if not 150 meters now in the water. we're here, we're gonna try to do what we do. The challenges are still gonna be in there because as you can see, there's quite a few trees that are sticking out the top. Normally when the fish bites, they might wrap around some of those trees. In fact, your hooks can actually get stuck on some of those trees as well. So it's still quite treacherous. I don't know if you can also see, there's this green stuff which is right here. Now this green stuff is actually called duckweed. The duckweed has grown quite a bit. There's parts of the dam right now that actually looks like a golf course. So the duckweed has grown quite a bit. From some of my research, I've discovered that carp actually eat duckweed. So this poses another challenge for us fishermen because if the fish eat the duckweed, then they are probably satiated to the point that they actually don't need your artificial bait. Duckweed is natural. That is something that they can eat and actually be happy with. Now, our stuff are things like floaties that are artificial and may not actually entice the fish to eat. So not only do we have bushes in the water, but we also have the duckweed to potentially contend with, in the sense that the fish have now this much more, let's call this a vegetable salad. But anyway, we've come with a few strategies. Now I'm sure you can hear me say we. Now why do I say we? The reason is because I'm here with one of my best homies. When it comes to fishing, we've fished here quite a bit, and he was actually in an episode of mine. In fact, this man caught the only bass that has ever been caught in Mayu's catch. So this is none other than the one and only Rufus. Rufus is right over there. You can see.
Hi guys.
There's Rufus. You can see he's wearing his gear. This man actually now is part of a fishing club, so this guy knows everything he needs to know about fishing. This man is a legend. Like I told you in the first episode that Rufus was on, this man's cast is a legendary cast. Like every time I see this man cast, I'm always thinking to myself, I want to learn how to cast like him. So there he is, he's trying to get to know what the fish are feeling and all of that stuff. Because sometimes when it comes to fishing, it's not just about throwing your bait in the water. You actually need to try and figure out what the water temperature is like, what the fish probably want to go for with that temperature, and then you can now strategize based on that. So you can see the man is already connecting with the water because he's not here to blank. So we hope to see quite a few fish on this episode. We'll get our bait in the water and we'll take it from there. Who knows, I might even challenge Rufus to a fish off and say, hey, let's see who catches the most fish on the day. But anyway, hopefully at least there's fish for us to catch and there's something for you guys to see on this episode. We will do what we do and we will hope for the best. Stay tuned. All right guys, so remember I said Rufus now is a professional fisherman. Check this out. So what he's doing right now, you may have actually seen this in the Region 5 video. What he's doing right now is that he's measuring his distance. So between these two pegs usually is 5 meters. And so every time he takes it from one end to the other, it's 5 meters. Now this helps him to determine his distance and find out where the fish are feeding. So for example, he would have the two rods at two different distances. And then depending on which of those distances the fish feed on, then he has an exact distance for that. So if it's at 40 meters, and the other one is at 60 meters. If the one with 40 meters is getting the bites, then he can measure the other one to exactly 40 meters and know that he's going to get fish because the other rod is also getting fish. This is what competition does to you, because in a competition you have to have that kind of specific casting, because you cannot just do it, by feel. You can't just feel it. You have to be extremely specific about it. But usually when I fish, what I do is that I just have my first distance cast and then I will now keep that distance. But then the disadvantage is I don't know exactly how far that is. That it could be at any distance, and I just, now I don't know if I want to bring the second one in. I don't know how much I need to bring it in by. But this way gives you the exact distance and you can make the changes that you need to do. It really, really, really helps. You can see the man is not here to play around. The man is here to catch fish. Hopefully you'll be seeing those fish on this episode. Rufus is basically ready to go. He's got his first bait that he's made. There it is. And he's about to go into the water. And he's got his floaty on there. Rufus, can you tell us a little bit about what you have here?
Just a clean ball in a masked Joanna floaty. One floaty, size 1 hook.
All right, so that's what he's got. I'm gonna go with different stuff from what he's going with. And if I see him catch a fish, obviously I'll just quickly change mine so I can catch up. But anyway, he's about to go in for his first cast. And here we go. Did you guys see that? Effortless stuff. Some of us cast with half of our bodies and we almost go flying with the bait into the water. But effortlessly the bait went, and I'm not sure if you actually saw that as the bait was going somewhere in mid-air, it kind of stopped and he brought it down gently. Now that's because he has already set his distance. So when it reaches that distance, it will stop in the air and then it will come down and rest into the water. So he has different distances for both his rods, and he will fish those distances and see how they come in or not come in, and then change if required. And I'm not sure if you remember, I spoke of something called a policeman. A policeman usually gives you an indication of when there's a bite. And you see that pink thing over there? Or is it orange? So that's the policeman. And when he gets a bite, that policeman is going to jump up and down. And sometimes the fish doesn't necessarily pick the bait and run. Sometimes the fish will actually pick the bait and just play with it, and then he will see that happening, and then he will do something called striking, which is he will pick up the rod pretty fast. If the fish is just playing with it, then all of a sudden it's not being played with anymore and it's going right into its mouth and it's hooked. And now he's ready to go with the second one. Let me just zoom into that there. So that's the second one. And what is this one, Rufus?
This one is a supercast Dio, the Pandemonium in Spider-Man, in Benlik banana garlic floaty.
All right, so you see he's also trying different things on the different rods. So again, based on which one is doing better, then he can easily switch over. And he's about to send this one in as well. And he's clipped at a different distance for this one. And here he goes. Once again, effortless stuff. But anyway, I'm almost done, so I haven't made any of the balls yet, but I'm getting ready. And then when I have mine done, then I'll also tell you what is on my bait, and then we'll see which one of us is getting bites. All right, so I'm also ready to get into the game. You may have noticed that Rufus is fishing one hook on each of his rods, but I'm going with 2 hooks on mine. I also felt the water is quite cold, so I thought maybe I should start off with, the winter strategy. This is my garlic ball. So I've got garlic on the ball, and I've basically got 2 garlic flavored floaties, one red and one white, just to see which color might actually bring the fish in. So on this side it's garlic, and on this rod here, this one is a little bit more fruity. This is a banana floaty, and this is one called Boom. The one which is Boom actually is quite floral when it gets into the water. It lets off this green color in the water. So does the pineapple, and of course then the banana flavor will go in there. It has a little bit of the pineapple also on it, so it will also get that floral out there. This rod will be my shallower rod, and this will be my deeper rod. I generally try and fish much deeper, so you will see that my casts go way deeper. But this one, I'll make this one a little bit shallow, and this one I'll make a little bit deep. So here we go. So yeah, I've brought in my slack, fishing with my bite alarm, like I said. So you need to have the drag a little bit open so that the fish can swim off if it takes the bite. But you need to get your rod relatively quickly to make sure that it doesn't pull all the way to the clip and then pull the rod in. Of course, my stand will stop it from going, but what happens then is that the fish may now pull aggressively on the other side, eventually break the line, because now there's no more line going out. So you want to get to your rod quickly. So let's get the other one in. This one will be a little bit shallower. Alright guys, so feels like we have the first fish of the day. This is on my fruity rod. There was a bit of a run. I'm sure you can see the line moving because of the duckweed which is on the line. I'm not thinking that it's particularly a big fish because my drag was quite light, but you can see the line moving in the water there. Just try and bring it directly in front so it doesn't take my other line. And then we'll see which one of the two it took. Alright, we're getting closer. Getting closer. And there. Ooh, there we go. Nice fishy. It's a bit of a juvenile carp. Don't swim into Rufus's lines. Come back this way. Looks like a bit of a juvenile carp. And it's getting a bit of power now. But anyway, it really doesn't want to be caught, it looks like. But we're gonna keep at it and hopefully land it. Like I say, it looks like a juvenile carp. Not the biggest, but getting there. And yes, we have the first fish of the day. Actually a nice carp, eh? Looking at it, looks like quite a nice carp. So we'll get this one out. I'll try and determine which of the two hooks it took. And at least I can see that this combination is starting to give some success. So we'll do what we did again, and my distance is now clipped, so I'll go to the same place. I have my marker on the horizon, so I'll go for that same marker, and there should be some food there already. Alright guys, catch you on the next one. So it looks like Rufus has his first fish on as well. So it looks like the action is starting to happen thick and fast. I caught my first fish literally a minute or so ago. In fact, I'm still in the process of trying to get it into the keep net, and Rufus also has his first fish on. So it's game on. Rufus might be a little bit stuck. Oh boy. But you can see that Rufus is a fish himself, so he wants to swim in and go and, go and remove the skin. Wow. Oh boy. You can see your leader? Oh man. So Rufus is stuck, and yeah, let's hope he can get out from there. Alright, so it looks like Rufus has a fish on here. And you can see it's his bigger rod, so he's got a little bit more room to bully. He had a worm on this rod, and sometimes with a worm any fish can take it. You can see his other policeman moving, so he may have to go under his other rod because the fish may have crossed. Oh, yo, wow, look at that. It's a little carp. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Look at that. What a tiny little carp. And that's the thing with a worm, because any fish can take a worm. It can be a catfish, a carp, a tilapia, but there you have it. So, fish on. Super. Alright, so it looks like I might have some movement on my onion rod. I actually put only one hook on this one and I cast it in. So I'm just gonna bring it in. What I suspect is a small fish which is just maybe hooked itself and maybe not strong enough to pull the drag, and it's just literally lifting the line up and down. It's coming in a little bit too easily, but like I said, I suspect that it's just a small little fish, maybe even smaller than the one that Rufus just caught. And I think I might be right. It's a tiny carp. Tiny carp, even smaller than the one Rufus caught. Look at that. And again, I put a worm on the floaty and it's taking the worm. It looks like the worms are attracting this little fish. Generally, this fish will be good for bait. Let's land this little guy. All right, come in, little guy. Come in. Come in, come in, come in. Ooh. There we go. All right, fish number 2 for me. Super. Just look at my policeman there. Can you see it? There's a fish on for sure. Let's take it. Woohoo! Yes. And I think this might be a nice fish. I think this might just be a nice fish because of the way the policeman dropped and then it picked up again. Yeah, this is a good fish, people. Feels like a good one. Oh yeah, this is the fish I've been waiting for. Although I can feel what usually when you have a snag or something, it usually feels like there's wind on the line. So it kind of feels like there's wind on the line, but that feeling has gone away. So I'm happy for that. Hopefully now it's just me and the fish and we can just, yes, there's a fish, a nice fish on here. Oh yeah. And I'm not sure if you can see the line moving, but the line has moved. So it's definitely not one of those little fish. This is definitely a bigger fish. And I don't want it to go too far left because if it does, I can see a bit of bushes on the left and it's going to the left. Don't do that, don't do that. Ooh, 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 don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Oh, 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 oh. Okay, I just saw it briefly and it managed to stop just before it got to the bushes on the left. And yeah, now I can try and bring it in over the boat ramp, but it's definitely maybe about the size of the first one that came in, or maybe even bigger. But I'm happy that there's a nice fish on here. Okay, let me just get my landing net so we can land this guy. But it feels like a good fish. It feels like a good fish. Ooh, look at that. Moving the duckweed around. So let's bring this fish in, shall we? Yes, look at that. That's a nice carp. That's a nice carp. Ooh, yes. Ooh, that's a nice carp. Oh, wow, wow, wow. That's a nice carp. I need to land this guy. Come in now. Oh, and it seems like I might have a catfish on my other line. But I need to bring this carp in. Ooh, nice carp. Ooh, nice carp. Nice carp. And I'm not sure if I have a catfish on. It's not pulling. Maybe the fish just tugged at my bait and left it. Thanks, Rufus. I think the fish just tugged on. It didn't get hooked, eh? But yeah, this is a nice carp. Nice carp. It was, the moment I saw the bite, I knew it was a nice carp. Alright guys, so it looks like Rufus has another little one here. Whoa! This is so tiny. Yeah. That is so tiny. Oh my gosh. It is almost as big as the bait itself. Wow. Wow, incredible. Okay guys, just had a massive pull. And it feels like a decent fish. It literally pulled out all the slack. Have to be a little bit patient with this guy. This is a nice fish. Yeah, I can feel the weight of it. Feels like a good fish. Yeah, feels like a good fish. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see the duckweed on the line there. as the fish is coming in. The line is moving. Yes. So it looks like my feeding area is paying off because the nice big fish are coming in. To be nice, interesting to see which hook it takes, because I have a different bait on different hooks. I have the banana on the top and I have the boom on the bottom. Wow, it's another nice fish, guys. Okay, it sees me, it's like, oh no, I'm not going to the human, but please come to the human. Ooh, almost there, almost there. Whoa, oh dear, it literally jumped out. I'm not sure if you saw that. Oh yes, woohoo, lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, what a lovely carp that is. I'll just examine to see which of the hooks it took, and that will be the hook that is doing the business today. Alright, super, fantastic. This rod is on fire, it looks like. I hope you guys can hear me over the waves, but it seems like Rufus has hooked into a decent fish, although it seems to have tangled with his other line. Not entirely sure whether it's over or under, but seems like he's onto a good fish here. Let me grab my landing net so I can land it for him. Okay, he has his landing net here, but it feels like he's onto a good fish. Oh dear. Alrighty. So he's managed to get the lines untangled. And where's the fish? Oh wow, it's a nice one. It's a nice fish. Wow, it's a nice fish. Let me go in for the net. Go in for the net. Oh, there it is. Nice. Coming out into the open. And here we go. And it's in. Wow, nice one, Rufus. Nice one. Well done, sir. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's a nice fish there. Yeah. So we're having a good day today, guys. We've struggled to get good fish, but we're now getting some nice fish that are coming in. Alright guys, so it feels like we have a catfish on here. There had been a few hits on this bait, but none of them really set the hook. But this time it feels like the hook is set in the mouth of this particular catfish. And I can say with confidence that this is a catfish because it is a carp as bait on here. Now, my biggest worry right now is that tree to my left, because if that tree comes into play, that tree can easily... Uh-oh, feels like I might be stuck. Alright, so it feels like there is something that the fish is stuck on, or the bait is going through some sort of structure. So I'm hoping that the fish can swim out of the structure on the other end. I can definitely feel that the fish is still on. You can see the rod reacting to the fish's movements on the other side. Okay, I'm hoping that means it's out. So there is something there that I'm hoping we can get the fish through. And I think we are getting through it. And I don't want to jinx it, but I want to say that we might be through. I want to say we might be through. Yes, I can see the line moving. I think we are through. And the line now is running all the way to the right. It's running to the right, but we are definitely on. And Rufus is going to swim into the water to catch this one. So Rufus, the idea, this is generally the best way to try and net a fish, is for you to be behind the fish and for the fish to swim into the net. So that's what Rufus is trying to do here. So he's tried to go behind the fish and have the fish now swim into the net. That's what we're trying to have happen here. Now you notice we haven't seen the fish yet, and that's what catfish love to do. Catfish love to stay down in the water. And look at that, look at how he did that. Did you see that? I didn't even see the fish until it was netted. Wow, that looks like a lovely, lovely catfish. Normally the catfish here in Vonbach are quite dark, but because of the water that is a bit light, the fish have taken a slightly lighter color, as you can see. This is not as dark as the catfish that we usually catch here, but this is a lovely, lovely catfish. I'll peg the weight of this one at maybe about 6-7 kilos, but it's looking really, really good. Thanks Rufus for the assist. Yes. Oop. Oh wow, it's a nice one. Woo-hoo-hoo. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah. Only a big fish would have been able to take this. Wow. Feels like we have another one. So let's go forward and go get it. It has already swum across my other rod. So I can already come to the boat ramp, even though it was the rod on the right. I can come across the boat ramp. Same rod that has been giving me all the action. So my plan now is to actually change the bait on the second rod to the same bait as the one on this one. Okay, it's swimming back to the right. It's like it knew it took the bite on the right, so we go back to the right with it. Go back to the right with it. Just step over my other line here. Okay. Don't swim into Rufus's line. Don't. It seems like it wants to swim into Rufus's line, but I think I managed to stop it. Alright, it's basically here now. Let's see what the fish looks like. Come now. Oh, it's not as big as I thought it was. It's just like a small-ish fish, or well, an average fish with a big heart. And now Rufus is on. Rufus has just run to also pick up his rod. So it looks like it's fish o'clock, guys. Yeah, Rufus is on. So let me try and get this fish out and help him. But fish o'clock is now. Yeah, unfortunately, Rufus lost that fish. Yeah, but it looks like it's fish o'clock because we literally had those bites like a minute or so apart. And he's already ready to go back in. All right, Rufus, go get those fish, bruh. Rufus is on again, guys. Yeah, but it seems like there is really something in his way that is very hard for him to get through. And this will be the umpteenth time he's getting stuck. So No, man, Rufus. We have another nice run again. It was a nice run. I actually had to run to the rod because it pulled out basically all the drag, in fact. So I had to run to it. But again, as I'm saying, my drag might be a little bit light, so it might not entirely be a true reflection of the size of the fish. And it's almost here. But my feeding area is definitely working. That's the one thing that I can say, because this bait has not been in the water for that long. And the fish is getting closer, and all of a sudden it's gotten a lot of power and wants to head back into the water. But we're almost here. Grab my landing net. Okay. All right, and the fish is basically here. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, again, it's an average size fish. I guess my drag was a little bit loose. That made it seem like it was a much bigger fish than it actually was. But either way, it's a fish, and we will take it. Oh, come. Oh, and we're in. That's another one. It's definitely is a good day of fishing so far. We have the fish coming in. Again, I will examine which hook it took, but generally it looks like it's the banana floaty that is doing the business today. Alright guys, catch you on the next one. Feels like we might have a fish on here. It was quite a run, but now that I'm bringing it in, it doesn't feel like a heavy fish. It gave a decent run, but it just doesn't feel okay. Now all of a sudden it's got a bit of power, but I'll still put this fish in the average category. I'm not gonna label it a big fish. I don't think it's a big fish. I think again maybe my drag is just loose. But anyway, the fish is coming in. Coming in. Okay, it's got a little bit of power now. Getting closer. Don't go to the... Except if it wants to go straight into the keep net. Oh wow, it's bigger than I thought. It's just a very active big fish. It's bigger than I thought it was. So it's just a very active big fish. Because sometimes the bigger... Oh no, it's not. It is an average fish. And it's in. Woohoo! Yeah, so my feeding area is definitely working. Unfortunately, Rufus, his feeding area seems to be around a snag. He's got lots of bites, but just hasn't been able to bring them in. Because every time he gets the bite, it gets snagged and he loses the fish. So it looks like he will have to move a little bit. Probably a little bit closer to me because I think I have a clear path. Yeah, but fish are coming in. Alright guys, so Rufus is on. Rufus is on. There was a bit of a run there. Just grabbing the landing net quickly. Are you through?
Huh?
You're through. Alright, so it looks like he's through the snags. I don't want to jinx him. Hopefully he's bringing the fish in. Oh wow, it's a nice fish. The fisherman's dream. Rufus is living the dream, guys. It's a nice fish. And the colors of the fish actually look really good. It's a nice fish. Let me try and go behind it or reach out and net it. Woo! Nice one, giving us a shower there. Quite a nice fish, very nice color, very nice color, healthy carp. Yeah, well done, Rufus. Yeah, man. Look at the ninja. Nice fish. Yeah, super. So it's been actually a while without a bite. If you fish, you would know that there's usually this period when it seems like the fish go to sleep or they go on lunch. Well, I guess not lunch, considering that we give them food. Well, they go on some sort of a recess and you just wonder, like, where have all the fish gone? We were catching fish and we just stopped catching fish. So we had a period of a lot of silence for a while, and the activity seems to be returning. This is my second bite in a very short period of time. Don't swim into Rufus's rod lines. This is my second bite in a very short space of time. The first one, I think it took me a while to react, so I think I lost the fish because of that. But this one was to swim into Rufus's line. If I can get it back, I think I managed to. Did you take your line? Okay, thanks, Rufus. Let's see, haven't seen the fish yet. And there it is. Okay. And the fish are nice color, bright. And that's once again thanks to the brown water. But yes, thanks fishy for reopening our accounts. And we will put this one into the keep nets with the rest. As you can see, the shadows are falling behind us now. That's because it's getting quite late in the day. Rufus is on. His policeman gave him an indication of a bite, and it seems like it's a decent fish. It's moving all the way. I can see the line. The line is moving all the way to the left, and he's trying to turn the fish to come back towards him. But either way, as long as we bring this fish in, so let me follow him. He's running away from me. Wow. I hope the glare of the sun is not too bad. Okay, I can see the line moving. It's getting closer. It's a decent fish. It seems like it's picking up his other line. I hope it doesn't get it. Looks like a decent fish, guys. Rufus is coming through with the big fish. Ooh, it's a nice fish, guys. It's a nice fish. It's a nice fish. Let me just try and get under it. And we've got it! So, wow, it's a beautiful fish, eh? Wow, 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 wow. It's an absolutely beautiful fish. An absolutely beautiful fish. Kind of like the fish on Rufus's shirt. Yeah, just he loves fishing for carp, so you can tell. And he's got a lovely, lovely carp right here. Wow, super. A nice size carp. Well done, Rufus. So Rufus has just hooked into another fish. And the run was quite a good run. It was quite a good run. And it has come all the way to the right. Yeah, Rufus is really coming through towards the end of the day. He was having quite a bit of tough luck with all the snags in the water. But now towards the end of the day, he's having some really, really nice bites. And this bite was actually quite a good one, to the point where he had to remove the clip. And that generally is a sign of a good fish. And now it's approaching his other line. Let's see how it's gonna go. Yeah, you see, sometimes that's how to drive the fish. The fish was kind of swimming into his other line and he managed to drive it back. And it looks like he's getting a bite on his second rod as well. Yeah, Rufus is coming through towards the end of the day in a big way. And looking like with big fish too. We haven't even seen the fish. Normally it's catfish that hang around under the water this long. But there it was, the fish just came up. The fish just came up right there. Let's try and net it. Okay. Oh dear. And we have it. Another nice carp. He's really coming through towards the end of the day. And it seems he has another bite on. It seems this one might have snagged. And probably it's because of us trying to bring in the other fish and a bit of a late reaction. And in waters like these, you get punished for that. Alright, so I just wanted to give an idea of what the duckweed looks like around the dam. If the fish do eat duckweed, you can just imagine how happy they must be with all the duckweed that is absolutely in here. Oh yes, I've got a bite. Oh, alright, so it feels like I might have a fish on here. I have a lot of duckweed on my line, but I'm hoping that the fish is still on, but it feels like I'm stuck. Oh boy, I'm stuck. Now I'm stuck. Okay, I might be loose. Feels like I might be loose. I'm just hoping that the fish that bit is still on. I'm really hoping the fish that bit is still on. It's coming in a bit easy, without movement. So I'm not sure if the fish is still on. Actually, it does look like it is. Where's my landing net? So it feels like the fish is still on. Wow, look at that. So the fish is still on. Rufus, can you help me land it? Oh dear, it's actually a smallish fish, but we'll take it nonetheless. Oh wow, there we go. Nicely done. Thank you, Rufus. Look at all that duckweed that is there. Wow. So imagine if the fish do eat duckweed, they are so happy with all of this. But yeah, a fish is a fish. In a competition, this would be at the very least 2 points, maybe. Thanks, Rufus. Yeah, because it's a point per fish and it's a point per kilogram. So if this was a competition and this fish weighs a kilogram, that is 2 points. And if there's a competition that is won by 1 point, this might be the difference. So it actually does count, as small as it might look. But anyway, a fish is a fish, and we're happy for this one. Super. All right, everyone. So we've come to the end of another day. Today was actually a mixed day, I will say that. I think I was the one with the lucky spot because I was as close to the boat ramp as possible. And because I was as close to the boat ramp, there were not as many snags and I could actually get a bite and bring the fish in. Rufus, on the other hand, was not so lucky. And it was a tough day for him. He wasn't so lucky, and unfortunately he had quite a few bites. I would say more than half of them got snagged up and he had to lose the fish. Even sometimes just bringing his line in to rebait and recast, he would lose his rig, and yeah, it was quite a frustrating day for him. But Rufus always has this thing where he starts the day quite slow, and then as the day goes on he picks up momentum, and as you saw towards the end, he had quite a few bites and he actually started to get some good fish in. But all in all, I will say we caught some really nice fish today. Of course, there was that one big catfish that you saw, and then there were quite a few good carp as well. Some for me, some for Rufus as well. Considering how tough it has been here with the snags and with the fish not being so active, I would say we had a very good day. So Rufus is about to head in to go get the keep net, and then we'll see how we did. We will see how many fish are in there. I may not be able to count them all, but I'll definitely write how many fish we caught. As the water drains out, it will, they're giving him a shower as they always do. So as the water drains out, it will be the weight of the fish, and you can see that it's a heavy bag. All right, so let's have a look at, Rufus got a free shower. All right, so let's see how he did. Okay, so there we have, wow, what a good day we had at Vonbach. Look at that huge catfish, and then look at all the nice carp jumping around. There are some really small carp that I'm sure are just being buried alive under there. But yeah, we will be quick with this. A very big thank you to Rufus for joining us on today's episode. As you can see, this man is a seasoned fisherman. He was just quite unlucky with all the snags, and but either way, he found a way to get around it. He brought his bait a little bit closer, trying to get away from the snags, moving to the left or to the right, and he started landing those fish. But guys, remember to please like, subscribe, and share Mayu's Catch. And as you can see, we had such an awesome day. It is such a beautiful activity that you should try and get into, that you should try and encourage others to get into, because there is nothing as rewarding as this. So anyway, from me, it's cheers, and from Rufus,
It's peace out.
all right guys, so thank you so much for watching this episode. Remember, keep catching them fish and fish on. With a lovely Namibian sunset once again, it's goodbye from Mayu's Catch.